We respectfully request the Sangha of great virtues, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tận thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhật thiết chúng sanh, thịnh chiến diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đắc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam Mô Sa Đàn Tô Su Chê Đô Ye A La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam Mô Tát Rác Tha Tô Ya Đà Ya A La Hơ Đế Tam Miao Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jian wan jie nan zao yu, wo jin jian wen de shou chi, yuan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Ching Liang, Great Master YongHua, great monks and nuns, and all good advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、精良大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，阿弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa Thánh Lương Đại sư Hòa thượng Kiên Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện sư Thích Ca Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 10th of July 2022. We're here to continue discussing the first chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra. We're on slide 463, talking about the Dharma protectors. In particular class of Dharma protectors are called ghosts, Yaksha ghosts. Yaksha have many kinds, like earthbound, spacebound, or heavenly bound. Okay, and so we hear Master YongHua gave a lot of juicy detail. So yakshas are the kinds of ghosts that can assume very scary shapes for the purpose of scaring living beings. I remember reading somewhere, hearing a story of a father of a priest, Catholic priest, who died in a hospital, and he was pronounced dead for like a while, 5-10 minutes maybe, okay, and he came back to life. And so he wrote an essay on that, that experience. He said, when he was dead, he was still around the hospital, ICU, whatever that is, that he was at, or his room. And he saw all kinds of ghosts. Ghosts with arms, without heart, with eyes, with one eye, two eyes, and no nose, and so forth. So all different kinds of shapes, different colors, black goats, pale-faced ghosts, yellow ghosts, and so forth. You see, he saw himself. So that's confirms a lot of different types of stories here about ghosts, how strange looking they have, and how scary they can be, and they can assume all sorts of shapes. Okay, and the way their purpose is to scare us so that we can die of fright. And they like it, and they applaud, and they feel very happy. In particular, ghosts are troublemakers. They like to cause trouble for us. They don't like to help others. Okay, and yaksha can be very fast, extremely fast, so they can come at us pretty fast. And yaksha also means sentient beings in misery. They're very unhappy, that's why they cause trouble. You see, and that applies to us as well. When we cause trouble, it's because we're unhappy. When we're happy, we tend to be more helpful, like you. When I'm not yelling at you, you're happy, and you're more kind and compassionate. Yes? Is that how it works? Now you know the patterns. And so these ghosts are miserable, they are suffering terribly, they're unhappy with themselves, and they suffer a lot. You look at them from that perspective, you will have pity for them. Instead of being turned off and upset at them, you see that they're suffering a lot more than you think. Okay? And I see many of you who are not ghosts yet, but I see you suffering so much. And it makes me wonder where you're going to go next after you come here. Maybe become a Dharma protector as Yaksha ghosts. Okay? All right. 464. For the Yaksha ghosts are the male ghosts. They're ugly looking. The female Rakshasa, they call Raksasa, okay, means fearsome in Sanskrit, wait, okay, and they're scary, and they're scary, they have the skill, lots of tricks to help people break precepts and thus harming the wisdom lives. Yaksha ghosts, the male part, hurt you physically. Rakshasa, the female ones, hurt your precept substance. Okay? And the Rakshasa in particular, they are very pretty. And they manifest, and when men, human beings, see them, they fall in love head over heels with these beautiful women, and fall in love with them. And there's also Rakshasa, second kind of Rakshasa is Rakshasa of views, where they will make us develop improper views and erroneous views. Okay, so different kinds. Does it ring a bell as far as beautiful women go? I don't want to sound whatever you want to call it. But amazing as some women will make you fall in love, some women make you do evil things. Not true? Come on, man, speak up. Yes, Andreas.
I definitely say that, some of the female celebrities who are very pretty are definitely seem like some of the worst people I've ever heard of.
Name one. Specifics, please. No theory here. Who do you hate?
Master, I'd rather not gossip.
Gossip? That's gossiping. No. Is she pale face or yellow face? Okay. I don't know. Actually, there's always a good and a bad. I saw, for example, some the waitresses complain. Some say, some celebrities are good tippers, some very, very nice clients, some are very awful clients, and so forth. And it comes with the territory. You always have good and bad. Okay, and that's what makes life wonderful. Sometimes some people like it hot, some people like it mild. Huh? Cantonese cannot eat hot. What can you do? Koreans too, I found out. Koreans, they eat kimchi, that red thing with lots of red peppers. Actually, most of them cannot handle heat. Am I correct? One text you need. Can you eat hot? Let's call someone more Americanized. Hey, Sarah, can you eat hot? Yes, I can, Master. Yes, I can. Okay. Yeah. So you see, the concept here, you can inflict harm upon others by two ways, physically or with the mind, by making them adopt deviant views, harmful views harmful to themselves, beliefs as harmful to themselves. Make sense? So you can hurt yourself, slit the wrists and so forth, okay? Or you can hurt yourself up here. Two ways to hurt yourself. 465. Specifically, there were Yaksha King Vaishravana.
所谓毗沙门夜叉王。
Okay, so now we have the example. The first one is Vaishravana. Okay, what happened is, this is the way of the layout of the cosmos. We are human realm, okay? And above us is the first desire heaven, called the heaven of the four heavenly kings. And then the next level, second desire heaven is called heaven of 33. That's where the Christian God dwells. So far, so good. That's the hierarchy. For us, we are under the governance of the Christian God. Okay? And the Christian God also is assisted by the four heavenly kings. Okay? So what happened is that the four heavenly kings' role is sort of serve as the protectors of the Christian God, heavens. So they are the vanguard, the guards of the heavenly gods. And in order to guard, their role is the rule over the ghosts and the spirits. So far, so good. So the four heavenly kings, there are four of them, and they are in charge of, some of them are, one is in charge of a certain ghost, and the other one, the rest of the other ghosts, and so forth. All four of them have all sorts of ghosts. And that's why here, for the Yaksha king here, Vaishravana, okay, there are the four kings preside over the four continents. Our world divided in four continents. Where we dwell is the southern continent. Okay, and so there's one celestial king is and then he rules the east, and then the Vraka, growth and development, rules the south, and that's us. Okay, and then I'm not afraid of him. Yeah, just to show off a little. And Virudaka, as broad eyes, rules the west, and the north is the top dog, called Vaishravana. So that's him. Okay, so that's her. oh, that's him, whatever. No, it's him. And so it's wide renowned. So he's a ghost. When you go into the temples, you see the 4 heavenly kings and at the front. Okay, many Korean temples have that. Many Chinese temples have that. Vietnamese temple very rare. Okay, but that's why when you see those 4 heavenly kings on the outside temple, the front of the temple, this is the guy who holds the lute. Does it ring a bell? That guy? Okay, and that's the king of the north, the Vajravana. And he's the leader of all 4. He rules over the other 4 as well. So far, so good. So he's a hot shot. It turns out that he's a big shot here. Actually, he's a Mahasattva. Because he pretends to be a Yaksha general. That's why he hey, behave like a Yaksha general. Okay? Yeah. Yaksha King, effortless sound.
自在音夜叉王。
Could we change it, please? It's not effortless. It's self-mastery sound. At ease sound. It's not effortless. It has nothing to do with effortless. Effortless is a wrong concept. Go ahead and change it. These are important concepts in Buddhism. If you don't, there's no concept of efforts. When you become enlightened, there's no such a thing as efforts. Okay? Yeah. 9.
Master, go through this sutra, they talk about words and south and west, all those places. Are these visible in the universe, or this is just something we cannot see at all?
This is when you have your spiritual eye, that's what you see. You can see all these beings, you can see the 4 continents, you see Mount Sumeru, you can see Christian God and so forth. Okay? It's not imaginary at all. It's not like sci-fi at all. It is real. And this is what the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, using their spiritual eyes, they can see it and they describe it to us. Okay? It's for real. Trust me. Don't have any doubt. No need to doubt. Okay? Otherwise, we were wasting our time talking about nonsense. Okay? The reason Master YongHua talked about it is because he verified himself as well. Okay? Rest assured, we're not wasting time. Okay? Did you fix it? Self-mastery and seven make all sort of sound effortless. No, it's when you have self-mastery, when you're at ease, your sound is also the sound of someone who is at ease. It's not effortless. They don't understand this concept of zhu zai because they are who they are. But the point here is that when you reach their state and they are at ease wherever they are, whatever they do, therefore to you it sounds like effortless, but actually to them it's just at ease. I have no tension whatsoever. You can insult me. I will not get uptight. You can criticize me. I will not bother me. Okay? You can put a lot of gold in front of me. Okay? I'm still unruffled. I'm still myself. Okay? So at ease, self-mastery here refers to a state of your mind where nothing bothers you. Outside, nothing outside bothers you at all. Inside, you are at ease. You have your own self-mastery. You people look at your happiness, your achievement by counting things. Ask Tuan, for example. He measures everything. How much money you have, what kind of car you drive, okay? How many wives you have, how many children you have, what title you have, how many clients you have, and so forth. The worldly people, they're always looking outside, okay? And that's why no one is home. When they insulted, they're afflicted because no one home guarding their spirit, their soul. Whereas these enlightened people, they are enlightened. They're different from us, and therefore they're always home. So whatever happens outside, they're unaffected. It doesn't mean it's effortless. Is that clear? They're not affected by externals. They're not affected by sound. They're not affected by flavors. Okay, never mind. Bad example. They're not affected by red cars. Okay, and so forth. Yes, Andres. Yellow hat.
Yesterday, after the Six Patriarchs Sutra, I went home and I read the Vajra Sutra.
Yes.
Or maybe like the first half of it. And
Too soon. You went home, you too soon.
I don't know what that.
Repeat after me. Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. No, that's Korean. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
wait until I make you pronounce in Vietnamese. Boy, are you gonna be in trouble?
Yeah. The Buddha was basically telling Subhuti. He said it a few different times with different examples, but the first example was about the 32 characteristics of the Buddha.
Hallmarks.
32 hallmarks of the Buddha.
And 80 subtle characteristics. Remember those jargons properly. 80 hallmarks of great men. The head has a bump. Fingers has a wheel. Bottom of foot also has a wheel. Hands reaching to the knees. Long, long hands. Can you imagine you play basketball with those hands? You're talking about a lot of money. Multi-billion dollars. Contracts. Understand?
Yeah. So the 32 hallmarks?
Yeah, you go.
Okay.
Thank you. When you understand these important concepts, we'll always remember those words. 32 hallmarks, $32 billion, trillion. Go ahead. Go on.
Yeah, so he asked Subhuti, does the Buddha have 32 hallmarks? And the Subhuti said, actually, the Buddha doesn't have 32 hallmarks because there's no dharmas or something like that. I can't exactly remember the words. But then the Buddha said something like, the Buddha doesn't have 32 hallmarks, and because of that, it is said that the Buddha has the 32 hallmarks. Can you explain that a little bit?
No. Not to you. Seriously. What's the Dharma door I'm teaching you? 直诵. Repeat. I told him already. He can't pronounce it. That's why he cannot practice his thing.
直诵.
Son is Korean. 直诵.
直诵.
There you go. Better, much better. Okay. Okay. 直 is uphold. 诵 is recite. What does it say you must understand?
It doesn't.
Thank you. Next. You have to recite it until you memorize it, and then someday say, hey, I've been reciting for 3 years now. I memorize it by heart. I uphold it every day. Would you mind explaining to me what is that thing I've been reciting for the last 2 years? No, I'd be glad to explain to you. When you do that, when you ask me at that time, when I explain to you, you get it. If I explain that to you prematurely, you will not get it. So I know it sounds facetious and sort of unpleasant, arrogant, but actually there's a reason for that. Don't ask prematurely. See, folks, you should be so happy that you're given some tips on what to do. When I first started, for 4.5 years, no one gave me any tips. I put my hands out, please tell me what to do. Please, I beg you. So one idiot monk, he says, you want me to teach you? Huh? Bow to me. I said, okay. I bowed to him immediately 3 times. That's how desperate I was. And he taught me the wrong stuff. I bowed him 3 times, hoping to be taught the One Yin Dharma door. He taught me some sort of Taoist crap. I worked my butt off. I begged. You try for 10 minutes? And he said, you have to convince me. It's worthwhile for me to continue to do this. You guys are so spoiled. So entitled. My generation, we warriors, we earn everything. We conquer, we kill, and we beg to no avail. Okay? You see that? So keep it up. At ease here means that inside you cool, you fresh, you're so at peace with yourself. You don't think you're short. Someone calls you, hey, shorty. Say, okay, And someone calls you, booze. Did you call me? You're unafflicted at all. That's called at ease. Okay? And when you're at ease like that, okay, sound matches sound. Whatever you do, the sound you produce is the sound of someone who's at ease. Where does it say the sound effortlessly? Has nothing to do with sound effortlessly. Like, hey, you. Is that effortless? No, it's not effortless because I have to strain my vocal cords in order to make raise my voice in a higher pitch, right? How can it be effortless? How can it be effortless? You see that, especially the ballet people. Anyone watches ballet? Really? Ballet? Clark, ballet. You watch ballet? Black Swan. Black Swan.
Never watched it. I never.
Uncultured Californians. What's the matter with California? You go to the East Coast, everyone knows about the Black Swan. Here, talk about Black Swan? Huh? What are you talking about? We talk about surfing? Oh, yeah. Okay. So the ballet are those little girls who walk on the tip of the toes. That's ballet. You know what I mean? She knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, right on the tip of the toes. They have to learn to walk on the tip of the toes. It's not like this. It's right here. That's why their career is about 10 years. Because you walk on your toes like this, your toes will go, you're wrecking your toes every single time. So anyway, this ballet, they are famous performers because they lift their arm as if it's no effort. Yes? Yes? Look at me. It's like an elephant raising his arms. But the ballet is like, I can't even do it. That's effortless. That's the difference of effortless is you watch the ballet people. Yes? But it's not, the sound isn't effortless. This is nonsense. Okay? Effortless is that when you're at ease, when you're content, at peace with yourself, the sound you produce is a sound of a being at ease. That's all it is. It could be yelling, could be screaming at you. It's still the sound of someone who is at ease. Does it make sense? Because we may be harsh on your ear, but that person is still at ease. You understand the difference? You misunderstand, say, oh, this person is angry, but that person is actually at ease, effortless. He can yell at you effortlessly. He can scream at you effortlessly. He can smile at you effortlessly. He can cry effortlessly. Is that clear? So it's not these people who have self-mastery. They are not what they appear to be. You understand? The sound of self-mastery is maybe loud, maybe soft, but it's from a state of peace and bliss. Does it help? Okay? All right. Next, 469. Yaksha King sternly holding weapons in insignia.
严持气仗夜叉王，
严持气仗. Okay. Why insignia? What's insignia? Whip out your dictionary, English dictionary. Okay. So, 严持 is a very, very stern expression. Yaksha King here, the facial expression very stern. Okay. Holding, meaning is threatening. Okay. Appearance-wise is holding. Okay. A weapon. And zhang. Zhang is more like a baton, no?
It says it's a religious symbol.
Zhang. But Zhang in Chinese is...
Zhang is
the scepter, maybe? A symbol? One person at a time. 5. Let's go from nearest one to me. Very daring there.
I'm checking on Google and it says insignia. It's a badge or a mark of military ranks, office, or membership of an organization.
Okay. So, like some sort of medal. Okay. Yes, 6.
I just remember from history a lot of knights and things, they would have insignia, kind of like coat of arms.
Coat of arms, right. Okay, coat of arms. That's very good. Or the tartans. The Scots wear something. Yeah. Okay. That reveal their clans and so forth, their status. Okay. Their clubs, their memberships. Okay. Okay, so insignia is proper then. Zhang is proper then. Why isn't there a Chinese word for insignia? Anyway, so that's fine. So this person here is not dignified comportment is very threatening. Stern is that I'm stern face, you know. You better watch out. I will harm you. I will hurt you. I will attack you. Okay, that's sternly. Because holding weapon insignia. So I'm the police. Okay. So the insignia is I'm the functionary. I'm someone who has the authority and weapon. I can hurt you with this weapon. I think that's what it means. Okay, so you're sternly holding those two things. That means that it's a rather threatening, very, very threatening attitude. Okay, so this Yaksha King here, very scary. You look at this king here, you become scared. Yaksha King, great wisdom.
大智慧夜叉王，
This Yaksha King here, believe it or not, has great wisdom. Great wisdom here, again, when you see in Buddhist jargon, we see great, okay? Great here is enlightened, okay? So especially the Dharma protector one they have to use the word ta or great, okay? So they are enlightened and they have wisdom, so they can manage their raksha underlings much better. Okay, guide them properly. 473, Yaksha King, Lord, flaming eyes.
焰眼主夜叉王，
474, flaming eyes. The eyes glow, they're red, okay? Red eyes are scary for us, yes? Okay? For example, you see anyone seen vampire movies? You know, the zombies, they don't have red eyes, right? But vampires, they have red eyes. Yes? Okay? So red eyes are more scary in general. Okay? So the fiery glow in the eyes and as if they are ready to hurt you. And that's why they keep, because you remember the Yaksha ghosts are very unruly, are really troublemakers. They don't listen at all. So that's why they listen only to fear. Okay? Sometimes you have to appear fierce and ruthless in order to instill fear and keep them in check. When you keep them in check, you're actually helping them avoid getting in trouble. 475, Yaksha King, Vajra eyes.
金刚眼夜叉王，
I don't know what Vajra eyes are. Let's see what it is. The Vajra eyes light, very brilliant. Vajra eyes. I never saw Vajra eyes, so I don't know. Okay. Why would they have Vajra eyes? Yes. DTT. Go ahead, DTT.
We don't have a question
You don't have a question?
or comment, no.
No comment. Okay. You're fired. Not DTT. It's just our local person here. Okay. Now you're fired. We hire you back. Get back to work. Yes, 6.
Hi, Master. Thank you. I'm just curious if they emit Vajra light. I thought Vajra was associated with being enlightened, and then how can they be bad?
It's called expedience. Sometimes when you get to high level of enlightenment, first level enlightenment, and we don't talk about it, but you get to high level enlightenment, okay, pretty high level enlightenment, then you have enough wisdom to be able to use something called expedience. And we learn more about as we dig deeper into the Avatamsaka Sutra. When we get higher level wisdom, that's when they started having a lot more tools. Well, these tools are necessary for them to help more people. Okay, so they sometimes at a low level you smile at them. Yeah. For example, okay, I was joking about it at lunch today, and you couldn't hear me, but I was teaching my disciples. If you'd like to know, it's kind of private. Are you sure you want to hear it? What? Yeah. Please tell. Pray tell. Okay. I was joking with my disciples. I said, I look at some people around. I said, wow. I remember all of a sudden this clip of Master YongHua came to mind. In that clip there, Master YongHua flew into some sort of Singapore airport, a Malaysian airport, or Taiwanese airport. So he's waiting there because a lot of people milling around. And they came with a big banner, welcome Great Master YongHua to Malaysia, whatever. And then people milling around trying to coordinate where to pick up the luggage and paperwork and arrange for cars. We went. I don't mean to compare myself to him, but when we went to Hawaii, same thing. We had to wait for half an hour to get the luggage and the cars lined up. And they were waiting for us. We had to spend 5 minutes taking photos, okay? And we were posing and smiling and so forth. So everything took time. So what happened is Master YongHua was standing there waiting for all his disciples, milling around, going back and running around, arranging for things, right? Taking care of things. And he's by himself, okay? And what was he doing, you think? He was like this. And look at him and say, wow, you are so phony. Why? Yeah, that's exactly what they asked me. Why? How dare you criticize your great master? Because it's not him. I don't ever remember him like that. To you, you say, why? But to me, it's not natural. You understand, Lily? Every time he talks to me, he yells at me. You understand? You know what I'm talking about? My interaction with him is always, get up, cross your legs, stop it, and so forth. It's always unpleasant. But they were standing in the airport, in front of everyone. That's not him. Not the YongHua I know. Yes, 9.
Was he trying to do like a kind of like a 隨緣不變不變隨緣？
不變就變，即變隨緣不變隨緣。
Is that something like that?
Speak Chinese, man. You're Chinese. You can't speak Chinese.
Yeah, so I do my best already. I'm doing my best already.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for your correction, Master.
随缘不变，不变随缘。Not beat.
So how does it woman 随缘不变，不变随缘
Yeah, in Vietnamese even better. Tùy duyên bất biến tùy duyên.
Oh, okay.
It's so much more profound when you say it in Vietnamese. Never mind. Okay, so here we have this monk here in his 70s, much older than I am, and he's standing there, and have this. I swear to you, Brady, I wish I could find that clip again, that video. He's standing there and he's smiling. Very pleasant. Who are you trying to fool? I mean, he ain't fooling me. So I felt he was so phony. Okay? I felt, I'm not impressed. You ain't fooling me. Okay? I know the real you. Okay? After all these years, I know who you really are. Okay? But then one day, as meditating, it dawned on me why he was smiling. Why do you think he was smiling? And again, please don't take this wrong, okay, guys? Okay? We're just sharing experiences. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just sharing experiences, okay? It's just, it's just experiences. Yes. What do you think? Yes, Brady, number 1.
Master, he might have been seeing an improvement in his disciple before him.
This guy's so obsessed with improvement in his disciples. Wrong. Anyone else? Huh? Why? If you meet strangers, you put on a smiling face, you put on a menacing face like a Yaksha ghost. The Yaksha ghost put on a grimacing fake and scary face because they want to scare you away. Yes? That's guaranteed to scare you away. You have this scowl on your face. What are you doing here? Who are you looking at? But if you smile, you put on a pleasant countenance, okay? People are more drawn to you, yes? It's not obvious to you? I have to explain that to you. So why was he unpleasant to me? I thought, then I further, why was he so unpleasant to me and so pleasant to these people? Why? There's a point here. Yes, 6.
Thank you, Master. My guess is he was putting the people at the Malaysian airport at ease with his behavior.
Put at ease. Okay, very good.
And dare I say, in your case, he was training you to
Careful.
He was training you to be at ease with your own self-mastery.
Let me process this. He throws too many riddles. I'm not sure I should be angry or happy.
Because back to insignia, when you first enter the military, there's ranks, and the first thing they do is they yell at you, and they yell at you, and they yell at you to help you learn to perform when you're being yelled at. It's like, okay, I'm just being yelled at, it's just noise.
I see. Okay.
And so in cop shows, you might see them go like this, like 2 fingers on their shoulder. It means like stripes. It means that's their insignia for saying, just do what I say.
I see. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I see.
So that's what I feel a great Master Shenhua was doing in your case.
Would you like to hear my one-liner? So after I explained the video image and how my experience with him, my conclusion in all my highest level wisdom now, okay? I said, so what's the moral of the story? The moral story is that you got to smile at losers. You should feel insulted. See, every time you see Master smile at you, who are you smiling at? Instead, the loser, Master smiling at me. You know what I mean? Rest my case. You don't like the joke? Kind of hard to enjoy the joke when you've been insulted by the joke. Okay, so Vajra eyes. Okay, I have no idea what Vajra eyes is. Is it a fish eye or is it a dead eye? Or the eye where you see someone poking into the eye and nothing happened. The eye. I have no idea what Vajra eye is. It's kind of weird. Yeah, 金刚眼. Okay, I don't have Vajra eyes. I have no clues. Next, Yaksha King robust arms.
永健臂夜叉王，
Yeah, Arnold arms. Okay, powerful arms can move mountains, flip oceans, and so forth. They have tremendous spiritual powers. They may appear to be ghosts, but they can do a lot of harm. Okay, you mess with them, they can really harm you. Yeah. Yaksha King bravely opposing great armies.
永敌大军夜叉王，
So this guy here can defeat large demonic armies. Okay, and Master Shinwa says, why the particular guy here? Remember, these Yaksha kings rule over the ghosts. The ghosts need to be kept in check. Okay, and the way to keep the ghosts, the troublemakers in check, is to beat them up. Okay, that's it. These troublemakers only behave when they believe they can be punished. Okay, so there's a particular ghost called Putana ghosts. Okay, and this particular king here can watches over there. And Putana is a fever ghost, especially. Xian Liao, who had a fever a couple of days ago, probably from Putana ghost. Okay, they not necessarily, but many different types of ghosts and can create and make you can generate fevers. But this particular Putana ghost here, they stink a little bit. That's why they call Putanas. Okay, but the primary thing is they can. It makes you have fevers. Okay, they're very stinky, hungry ghosts. Yaksha ghosts are hungry ghosts, by the way. Ghosts are hungry ghosts. Okay, and his body emits an odor, a very foul odor. Okay. And when you inhale this putrid odor from the ghost, you have a fever. That's how they make you have fevers, by their bad odors. Okay, and so this king here keeps an eye on them, keeps them in check. 41. Yaksha King abundant resources and wealth.
富资财夜叉王，
Remember, ghosts are hungry ghosts. Ghosts are short for hungry ghosts. Hungry ghosts are in short supplies of food and drinks. Okay, they're in dire need of food and drinks. And this one here is particularly have abundant resource and wealth. Okay, it's very wealthy, and so he presides over the Yaksha ghosts who are actually wealthy. Okay, so just like us in human realm, we may be humans, but some humans are richer than others, some are poorer than others. So it's the same thing with the Yaksha ghosts. Okay, that's their world. 483, and Yaksha King power to topple high mountains.
力坏高山夜叉王，
484, commentary, and it's very powerful. You can topple mountains or pulverize it, split it in half. Right? 485, these and others acted as leaders of a countless number of yakshas. They all diligently guarded and protected all sentient beings.
如是等而为上首，其数无量，皆勤守护一切众生。
Okay, 486. How these people are leaders of countless yakshas. See, point number one, our world is populated by innumerable, uncountable number of hungry ghosts, real troublemakers, extremely miserable. And their only purpose in life is to inflict misery upon others. Okay? So therefore, these troublemakers need to be kept in check by these Yaksha Kings. You see how it works now? Okay? What do? Well, they're diligently guarded and protected all sentient beings. So they may come across in the form of Yaksha ghosts themselves, bodily wise, but their functions as their kings is to diligently guard and protect all sentient beings, meaning not just humans, but also animals, also elephants, and so forth. Okay? So they are the Dharma protectors. That's why they are Dharma protectors. You see, their work is so important, yet we don't know about them. We don't give them medals of honors or OBE or the medal of freedom, whatever. Okay? No such thing. They quietly do their work, unheralded, unproclaimed, unappreciated, and they still do it. So that tells you that for those of us who helps a little bit, say, see, I helped you so much, and they brag about it and start counting. Yesterday I helped you, today I helped you again, tomorrow I help you again. When are you going to show appreciation? These beings are diligently guard and protect all sentient beings, and they don't even know. Sentient beings don't even know. They protect this Kim Ding, and Kim Ding doesn't appreciate it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's fascinating. You see the difference of these high-level beings. They do good things, and they don't expect to be rewarded. They do it because it must be done. Otherwise, this world will be destroyed. We cannot possibly cultivate. We cannot meditate if these beings are not protecting us. Remember, there's so many ghosts, yaksha ghosts around here. Okay, it's just on the street here. Okay, in a split second, a earth-traveling yaksha can come here and cause trouble for us. Why aren't we getting any trouble? Because we get protection. Yes, one.
Master, I'm trying to get this straight. So what is happening is Yaksha ghosts are protecting us from other Yaksha ghosts?
These are the kings of the Yaksha ghosts.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And they are recognized by their status, but not only by their status, they're able to really have the power to punish them or reward them. That's why they're called kings. Kings have the power, the authority to punish or reward. That's how we are kept in check. Okay? Just like Christian God has the authority and the power to reward or punish us to a certain degree. That's why they rule over us. Rulers have that authority. Is that clear? You cannot call a ruler unless you can punish or reward them. Very good. Next group of the Eightfold Division, 8 different types of living beings who act as Dharma protectors for us. They are absolutely necessary for us to cultivate, for people to cultivate all over the universe. People who cultivate all over the universe need their protection. Is it clear? Don't think we are the only here to protect us. No, they protect everyone. We're not that special. Okay? We all need their protection. Next group, Dragon Kings. 48. Moreover, there were countless great dragon kings.
复有无量诸大龙王。
Okay, dragons are part of, they're considered to be animals, animal realm. They're snakes types, but they have spiritual powers. So dragons are known to have many spiritual powers. In particular, they can appear to be very, very big or very, very small. Okay, they're so small they can enter your nostrils. Yeah, as big as a mountain. Okay, they can become invisible and they have infinite transformations. How you become a dragon? If you're interested, you say, "Oh, this is so cool! I'd like to be a dragon sometimes." Okay, he said, "You have to wait for your turn." Lots of us want to be dragons because it sounds so cool. But how you become a dragon? And the corporate line here in Mahayana is that you become a dragon because you cultivate great vehicle. So far, so good. That's us. Yeah? Huh? But big temper. Yeah, that's us. Bipolar. Ah, great. Okay? But heavy ignorance. Meaning what? They break precepts like crazy. That's us. Right? And so that's how you become a dragon. You practice Mahayana Dharma, you practice it for 2 hands and eyes, you practice very diligently, like Lily for every day, and Clark and every day, yeah? Do great compassion, repentance every day, huh? Except for today. And then break precept left and right. And that's how you become a dragon. Yeah, cool. And that's what is it called? Freedom, isn't it? We, human realm, is so proud. I'm as free to do as I please, right? I break precepts, I kill, I steal. So what? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You become a dragon. Okay? But why? Why is that so undesirable? Continue. He says, Master Sheo explains further. He says, dragon has these 4 kinds of sufferings. Okay? Number 1, there are food for the pung birds. Remember the Garudas? Okay? The golden winged pung bird. This humongous thing as big as the earth. One bird. Okay? And these birds hunt for dragons for food. Okay? Number 2, second suffering. So they constantly live in fear. They're helpless against the pung birds, by the way. They cannot find the pung birds. They're helpless. Number 2, during procreation, they must manifest as a snake. So to transform from a dragon body into a snake body, it's a lot of pain and suffering. Imagine, that you shrink your bones, you shrink your muscles, you shrink your skin. Okay? So if you ever seen those, I forgot the name, evolution? That British actress. Am I the only one who watches their movies anymore? That vampire lichens and so forth. Underworld, yeah. Underworld. Kate Beckinsale, thank you very much. He's the only one who understands me. I'm so white. So anyway, you know, you know how in that movie, The Underworld, where you transform from a human body into a vampire or a lycan or werewolf, you know how painful it is? That's a message, to transform yourself into a werewolf. Remember that, the scenes? Every single time? That's the same message. You know, you laughing, but you know, art imitates life. All these are actually inspirations for all those great movies that we enjoy so much. You see? Yes, 6.
Master, I'm starting to see with all of this how much of fantasy, art, and writing is all about this.
Yes, phoenixes are you know, Garudas, you know, there's the copycats for Garudas, and it's fascinating on how, in particular, don't tell the Catholics, but a lot of Catholics' teaching are stolen from Buddhist insights. Yes, 6.
There's a best-selling novel that just came out. It's called When Women Were Dragons, and it's about how women in the 50s started to become enraged by the societal restraints on them, and they manifested into dragons.
Oh, wow.
And in order to deal with what they were feeling.
I would love to see that movie.
It's a book. It's a book. But maybe
I'm going to wait until it becomes a movie. I'm only interested in movies. I can't read. I have no patience for reading. You know? But anyway, it's so fascinating, isn't it? All our legends, our tales actually are based on these insights. Okay? So to change from a dragon body to a snake body in order to give birth, it's very painful. Okay? And number 3, suffering. They have a lot of scales. Inside the scales live the parasites. Okay? And these parasites feed on the flesh of the dragons. They gnaw at them and eat them, suck the blood and gnaw at them. Okay? It's so itchy. It doesn't kill them, but it's so itchy. Okay? And I know about itch, by the way. I know about extreme itch. It is unbearable. I can speak from experience. Yeah, it's worse than death. I mean, I never been dead yet, but yeah. But it is so unbearable. The itch you experience is so unbearable that the dragons, they don't know what to do. Remember, they have no arms. They have no dragon doctors. No Kaiser hospitals. Okay? That's the only HMO that I know of, so I'm sorry, I'm not advocating Kaiser or anything. But they're so crazy that what they do is they, you know, like the elephants and the animals, they roll around on themselves. What the dragons do, and they roll around on the hot sands in the deserts, on the hot sands. And so they roll around on the body because to help relieve the itch. So the heat on the hot sand relieve the itch, but also burn them, scald them. So it's a self-torture. So you go from extremely itched, okay, that's unbearable, to scalding yourself, self-scalding. Okay, that is a lot of suffering. All right? So that's those are the 4 types of the suffering that dragons undergo regularly. Okay? It's not as glamorous as you think. Dragons, interestingly, have 4 kinds of birth. Okay, these are fundamental concepts that you should know. Womb-born, egg-born, moisture-born, transformation-born. 4 kinds. Womb-born, like us. Okay, we have a fetus and we stay in the womb of the mother. And eventually we pop out. Egg-born is like a chicken. Yes? Or a lizard. Okay. Moisture-born, like viruses. Yes? Viruses are moisture-born. Transformation-born are who? Who are born by transformation. Huh? What? Pure land. Very good. Yeah. Very good. One more time. Never mind. So, when you go to Pure Land, you're born by transformation. Excellent. Where else closer than Pure Land are you born by transformation? Quickly. She said, I can't wait to be born by transformation. Yeah, rebirth of the Pure Land, that's all I care about. Tell me more about it. That's all. I'm for rebirth. Okay, I don't care about the other forms of birth. Anyone else? Where can you be reborn? Born by transformation. Heavenly beings, the born by transformation. Okay, does it help? What happened? You're born by transformation, depending on which heaven you are. Okay, in the desire realm, for example, you're born to one heaven. You're about the size of Ahung. No, but Ahung a little bit too tall. About the size of a 6-year-old child. Okay, and so when you're born by transformation, you sit on the laps of your dad, not your mom, by the way. Okay? Yeah. Is the moms don't nurse. The heavenly maidens up there, they don't nurse the kids. They said, I've done enough nursing in the human realm. I ain't going to do it again. Okay? So, fair is fair. Okay? So, when you're born in the heavens, the kids, the beings are born as a child. Could be female child or a male child, but born and they sit on the laps of the dad, primarily, okay? And then what happens? Then they get nursed with what? These are important details. Oh, you're going to find out more in the Avatamsaka Sutra. This is fascinating. Yeah, you're going to have all these details are filled in. Not just ghosts, but also us and heavenly beings and so forth. So they are fed this food here, which is formula. What kind of formula? I'm ignoring him because I know he knows. He's too happy. He's translating. You're translating. You're not supposed to raise your arm. Huh? Anyone knows? What are you fed when you're born in the heavens? What's the first food you take? Oh my God, you don't know anything. Francis, stop smiling. She says, tell me what you want to buy, I get it for you. But don't ask me about heavenly children. They are fed sweet dew. No baby formula, okay? They are given sweet dew they drink it, and pew, adults. No childhood. Remember how unpleasant our childhoods were? Heavenly beings don't have to go through that. Remember when you get taller, like the boys and the girls, and they have to stretch themselves, and they have zits all over the face. You know what I mean? Okay. Adulthood through sweet dew. Interesting? Okay. So anyway, so that's why happens, the transformation born living beings. Okay, so we are about dragons, right? So how are dragons born by womb? Remember? Okay, so the womb by womb is that they're born from elephants. I didn't know this. Isn't it interesting? Elephants can give birth to dragons. From snake, which is born from eggs. Remember? Snakes, eggs. Okay. The number 3 is born by moisture. Okay? That's from a horse. I don't know how a horse can transform into... No, I'm sorry. Horse is transformation. Okay? Fish is moisture. Does it make sense? Remember some of the dragons associated with the ocean and so forth? So they're born by moisture. Is that clear? It's so cool. I mean, all these tales and these drawings from the Buddhist drawings, they had they depicting all these legends. So, how come it's 5? Okay, so transformation born have 5 types. Okay, from elephants they can transform into a dragon. From snake can transform to a dragon. From horse can transform a dragon. From fish transform a dragon. From a frog, whippet, can transform to a dragon as well. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So, depending on the type of dragons that were born from these 5 different types, you have different types of dragon shapes and so forth. Okay? 492. Specifically, the word Dragon King Virupaksha.
所谓毗楼泊刹龙王。
Okay, commentary 493. Virupa translates as much, pervasive, or ugly. Aksha is form of faculty, such as the 5 organs. Okay, so this Dragon King here, you can tell that he's ugly eyes. Okay, broad eyes. Okay, or the broad eyes leads 2 groups. This Dragon King from the west, this Heavenly King from the west leads 2 groups. This king here, Dragon King, leads 2 groups, the dragons and Putanas. So far, so good. So each of the 4 Heavenly Kings actually are in charge of a group of ghosts. Okay? So the king of the West rules over the dragons and the putanas. 495, Dragon King Sagara. Okay, 496. Sagara means sea, so it rules over the dragons of the sea. Okay, dragons who live in the seas. 497, Dragon King wondrous banner of cloud light sounds.
云音妙床龙王。
So 498 commentary. It has a lot of sounds all types of sounds that can travel in space, and the sounds can transform the banner like jewel clouds. Okay, so 499, Dragon King mouth of flame lighting up the ocean.
焰口海光龙王。
So this mouth here, commentary 500, his mouth, his Dragon King here, has a flame. It's very much like Game of Thrones dragon. Okay, lighting up the ocean, burning everything, even burns up anything in the ocean. Okay? 502, Dragon King universal banners of high clouds.
普高云床龙王。
Kind of fast, isn't it? Yeah. So it has manifest, it can rise clouds, very tall clouds everywhere in the form of banners. So it can give rise to clouds. So for example, our Dharma territory has a lot of cloud. It's very cloudy. Probably is where the Dragon King is. Some sort of dragon king or dragon girl. Too many clouds. 503, Dragon King Taksaka.
德差加龙王。
504, commentary. Taksaka means many-tongued, very talkative, able to harm whatever can be harmed. So this tongue here is very dangerous. It's poisonous. So it can stare at the living beings and harm them with their stare or with the poison that they can spew forth from the tongue. 505, Dragon King boundless stride.
无边步龙王。
What is this Dragon King? I thought they only fly, but actually they also walk. They can go anywhere. Stride here refers to traveling. Yes, 6.
Thank you, Master. I was wondering about the cloud dragon. Are those the ones that make it rain?
Yes. They can give rise to all sorts of clouds, many clouds, many types of clouds. So yes, he rules over the dragons who are in charge of the rain. Absolutely. So, for example, if you like, you can make offering to this Dragon King. You say, please, 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 rain, rain, rain. Rain, 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 rain. When I see you. Yes, 8.
Thank you, Master. Does fog fit in there anywhere regarding dragon kings? I was just thinking about the fog in San Francisco.
The fog, San Francisco. The fog is not clouds. Fog are a different type of animal. Fogs are the ghosts. Okay? The foggy areas are where there are a lot of ghosts. That's why when you go and you see a foggy area, be careful. There are lots of ghosts there. They live in the fog. So what I did I used to drive, like years ago, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I was invited to go to San Jose to speak Dharma by this externalist. He's the only one who invited me, so I had to go. It's like not like a real Buddhist monk would invite me. Come on, let's be real, okay? It had to be an externalist, a crazy one. So I would drive up on Friday night, okay, on Friday night, and then work that Saturday, and then go back, drive back. One day, $40 for car rental and insurance. I remember those round numbers. Yeah, every week, $40 plus $200 worth of gas. It was a lot cheaper than now. $4.85 a gallon. Now it's like $6 plus. Anyway. So we drive from LAX. That's what a rental company was. And then because I was up there for 3 months only, and that's during that time of the year where it's colder. So when we went through the Pacheco Pass, we get there around 6 or 7. Remember Janice? You remember? Janet would sit there in the back. She first learned how to do full lotus. Okay? Sat for an hour with an hour chant class. She said, "Oh, I'm so cool." And I said, "Hey, what are you doing now, Saturday? This evening, I'm driving. I'm driving to San Jose. Would you like to go along?" I said, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to run away from home." So she was sat in the back of the car, didn't talk to anyone. Janice didn't talk to anyone. Just leave me alone, that kind of thing. And so she sit in the back and had nothing to do. Okay, it's a Sonata Hyundai Sonata, $20. You can't beat that price. Okay, and so she would cross her legs in the back for LAX till Grapevine. How long is that? Hour and a half. We got to Grapevine. She would say, "Oh, I can't even move. I'm hurting so much." You remember that? I think it's like a second week or something of her practicing. And she was hurting so much. I look and said, "Oh, wow, you're so impressive." So I went out and bought, I still remember this tube of cashews. There's the worst kind of cashews. You don't want to buy cashews in a gas station, I assure you. You remember that? I rewarded her. I said, "I don't know what to do. I feel so impressed by you." So I spent $2. This is a long time ago. You hear me? $2. You could buy a tube of cashews. I gave it to her and said, "I'm so proud. Here's your reward." And she swallowed it like a dragon. Those are the good times where we're so carefree, we're so poor. Now it's like Neapolitan pizza. You want to reward me? Make it worth my while, okay? So anyway, life was much simpler then. So we would drove by Pacheco Pass, and you go up the hill, the hill, and then you go down. Okay, on the way down, that's when it's very foggy. Some days it's very foggy around where that reservoir is. Okay, and you're down a little bit, and you see that in that general area when you see fog on the freeway. Okay, and it happened for a few times. I started thinking. I said, "Wait a minute, it's dangerous," because Master YongHua said, "When you see fog, there are ghosts." Okay, meaning it's dangerous. You do not want to go where the ghosts are. Is that clear? Okay. Yes, 6.
Master, it's interesting because I was talking to Jim about this weekend that San Diego, we're getting a lot of fog there this summer.
Marine
Even
layer?
today, coming up here, it was all foggy.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Okay, so we saw those foggy areas where you actually the clump of fog for about 1 minute on 152, and so I had this thought. I said, this is where the ghosts are. So I recited Ta Ju To An Na Li Pi Sơ Ti Pi La Ba Sơ La To Li. It cleared up just like that. Aren't you glad you're here? Huh? I'm teaching you all kinds of neat tricks. They don't pay anything. You can't make money, but it's so cool. It's very easy to impress your girls and boyfriends. Yes, 1. And Brady said, I'm going to go home and tell my wife about this.
Well, one of the most unusual atmospheric situations I've ever experienced in my long life happened when I lived near LAX in Inglewood. And one nondescript evening, it got terribly foggy. You couldn't see across the street. But what was unusual is we heard this peculiar noise all over the neighborhood of just...
Wait. The fog.
And it sounded like... And people were coming out of their houses and looking around. And the neighbor and I and a couple other kids got in the car and we drove around with our windows open. Could hardly see where we were going. We couldn't determine where that was. And we said, well, maybe it's something going on in the airport. And then we thought, well, no, the airport's closed. There's no flights in or out. So we never did find out what that was.
Wow, that's scary. It reminds me of that movie, The Mist, the Fog, or something like that. You see, these white people, only white people know what I'm talking about. The yellow people, what is he talking about? I'm referring to white movies, not yellow movies. White movies are better than yellow movies. I don't care what you say. But it's so cool. So when you see the fogging area, when you go camping and stuff like that, stay away from the foggy area. It's not good. Okay, be careful. So the difference between cloud and fog, the mist and fog is not good. Okay. All right, cloud could be dragons, but fog and mist is ghosts. Yes, 2.
Mô Phật Thầy, giống như trường hợp mình chạy xe tới đó mà gặp hoàn cảnh như vậy đó, mình niệm chú gì mà né khỏi được. Mô Phật Thầy.
Master Emitofuo, in this situation, when we come across the fog in this way, what can we do? What mantra can we use to clear up this situation?
Okay, first of all, let me remind you, don't be paranoid. Okay? You know, I'm only teaching you this because I want you to be aware of how the world is. Okay? It's not the way that the scientists is all black and white. There's a lot more going on. Okay, more dimensions like ghosts, like rakshasa and so forth. Okay? So be aware of that. That makes it fun to realize that life is so much more multifaceted than the scientists would like us to believe. Either scientific data or unscientific, and then you can discard it. No, it doesn't work like that. So don't believe everything Bosco tells you. Now, he knows very little, I'm assure you. So when you see those things, what do? Nothing. Don't be afraid. Okay? And when you go there, when you see those things, you say, You say, you recite the Buddha's name, the best thing, and you say, if you know that they're persistent fog, then you say, I'm here with no harming intentions. I'm not here to intrude upon you. I'm not here to cause trouble. So that's all. You send a message and say, and then recite the Buddha's name. Yeah, that's it. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid, then recite Wan Yin's name, recite Medicine Master Buddha's name, recite Amitabha's name, and so forth. But don't worry, because they're around. That's all. They're not going to cause trouble because why not? There's a king they report to. They cannot do anything they please. Okay? They'll be punished if they misbehave. There's rules. They cannot break the laws. Make sense? We can drive, even for us, you can drive on the right side of the road. Here in Rosemead, you drive on the left side, you get a ticket. Same thing. The ghosts, even though they're there and so forth, they still have to behave themselves. Unless you have some prior condition with them. Then they are entitled to cause problems for you, but it's very rare. Okay? Don't be paranoid. Just, it's a problem knowing too much, and you say, I'm going to beat up on you. No, it's just for fun. Yeah. 505. Dragon King boundless stride.
无边步龙王
So one stride can go anywhere. Okay, so it's go very far, very fast. Okay. 507. Dragon King pure color.
清净色龙王
So he manifests as pure color. Pure here is free from defilements. Okay. 509. Dragon King booming sound carrying everywhere.
普运大声龙王
So this king here has samadhi, very powerful sound. The sound is from your samadhi, it carries very far, booming and carrying very far everywhere. He has tremendous samadhi power. And Dragon King free from burning afflictions.
无热恼龙王
512. Finally, the 10th representative of Dragon King is by the name of free from burning afflictions. Yes? So, afflictions is heat. Okay? So, every time you're afflicted, you're in heat. Wait. Let me rephrase it. You're hot. No, let me rephrase it. Sounds like J-Lo. Clark, you should not supposed to be smiling. See how Bosco, how serious he looks. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Cantonese, please. He said, give me a name in Cantonese. So when you're afflicted, you are generating a lot of heat. Okay? And so when you're free from afflictions, then you're free from burning afflictions, from hot afflictions. That's all. Meaning he has no afflictions whatsoever. He's always cool. Okay? It's 513. These and others acted as leaders of a countless number of dragons.
如是等而为上首，其数无量。
I don't know why. Janice, Xian Chun. There's a yellow here. For the life of me, I don't know how to fix these things. And so 514, they're representative leaders of many dragon leaders. 515, none of them fail to diligently form clouds and shower rain to douse all sentient beings' burning afflictions. Wow.
莫不勤力，星云不语，令诸众生热恼消灭。
Okay, this is what dragons do. I didn't know that. Okay, dragons. The dragons. They diligently form clouds and shower rain to douse all sentient beings' burning afflictions. So the function of the dragons is to help provide relief from the heat from our afflictions. It's so amazing that the folklore, the legend, the tales about dragons, about the spiritual powers, about the poisons, and about the temper and so forth. But actually what they're doing is provide relief through the rain and the clouds. The clouds is from the shade, create shades, and the rain creates lower the temperature in order to assist us cope better with our own afflictions. Okay? And it also says here, responsible for making fog and mist to cool sensitive beings' burning afflictions. Okay, so some of the dragons also make fog and mist as well, and that's where the ghosts stay as well. Okay, so it's interconnected. Number 7, Kumbanda kings. Okay. 518. Moreover, there were countless Kumbanda kings.
复有无量鸠盘茶王。
Jiupancha Wang. Okay, so Kumbanda is wide-gourd ghost or barrel-shaped ghost. The barrel, oil barrel. Wine barrel shape, okay, ghost. And it has no legs or no head, okay? And what it does is, see, it tells you more. And it looks around for people who are yin excess energy and deficient in yang energy, to harm them. They bully, they're probably the god saints of the bulliers, the bully boys and girls, and they bully the weak, fear the strong, and only pick on the people who are weak in yang energy. All right, see what else? Okay, now, the Kumbanda, also another aspect of Kumbanda is that they appear in your dreams. They harass you when you're sleeping. Okay, let me describe it to you. You sleeping, and all of a sudden you wake up in the middle of the night, and you can't move. You can't breathe. You can't breathe at all. You want to call for help. You open your mouth, but no sound comes out. You try to roll, run around, try to roll out of from under, but you can't move at all. What happens in those situations, anyone? See, Khan has yeah, she experienced it. Okay, anyone else? Really? Wow, naughty girl. Yes, 6. Go ahead.
I was just saying I had a lot of that when I was younger.
Not anymore?
Not as much lately.
Not as much. You become a better man. Yes, 6.
Yeah, they sit on you.
They sit on you, precisely. So this barrel-shaped ghost, no legs, no arms, no head, they sit on you at night when you're sleeping. Daniel, I'm serious. And that's why you can't move, you can't breathe, you can't ask for help, you try to call for help, you can't, no sound comes out. Khan, yes? Yeah, Khan.
Nhiều khi lâu lắm rồi, bao nhiêu năm nay thì con bớt nhiều lắm rồi, con không có vấn đề đó. Nhưng hồi đó thì con có mô Phật. Con ngủ thì cái người con nó cứng ngắc, con kêu, con gọi không có. Nhưng cách đây 5 năm về trước cũng vậy, con đi làm trong tiệm cũng vậy nữa. Cái giờ mà con không có khách con làm, con vô cái phòng mà người ta làm quát ở trong đó, con vô con nằm con nghỉ. Thì con nằm vậy, con thấy cái người chân người ta đi mang guốc đi nghe tiếng động dưới thềm á, thì con tưởng là con nhỏ ở trong tiệm đó đi vô nó làm cho khách. Vừa xong rồi cái con mới nằm đó con ngủ, mà khi con thấy cái chân đi vậy đó mà sao nó vô đè con cụ không được, lắc qua không được, lắc lại không được, con kêu mà con thấy người ta đi qua lại kêu mà không ai cứu con hết.
Yeah. That's it.
Dạ.
That's it.
Con giật mình dậy thì con dòm sau lưng con thấy cái bà già bà ngó con gì này, cái con bỏ con đi ra. Từ đó giờ con không dám vô trong mấy cái phòng đó con nằm nữa.
Yeah.
Dạ.
Yeah. Okay.
Master, it has been many years that this actually happened to me, but recently it's been reducing. However, I remember that 5 years ago, I was resting in the waxing room, and I thought that the professional waxer wearing high heels approaching me. Somehow, somebody sat on me, and I cannot move, I cannot breathe. Something happened, so all of a sudden I woke up. I saw an old lady looking at me, staring at me, and then since then I've never dared to walk in the waxing room and sleep in there.
Yeah, and it's a Kumbanda, old Kumbanda ghost who sat on you. So that's typical. That's when you sleep, they go into your sleep, they take advantage of your sleeping, and they sit on you. Okay, and they terrorize you. It's very scary because you wake up and you can't move, you can't breathe, you can't make any sound, you can't ask for help, no one comes to help. It's very, very scary. Yes, 6.
Sister, some of my patients have reported this.
Yeah.
And they go to their MDs to talk about it, and they give them pills because they think they're having like restless legs or hallucinations. Yeah, nighttime like hallucinations.
Oh, these poor patients. I told you, never go see a white crazy doctor. Stick with the yellow ones. It's how interesting. It's just and typically there's nothing to worry about. Typically they just scare you. But in rare cases, you suffocate, you die because you can't breathe. It's very rare though. Very, very rare. According to the Chinese. Please don't quote me. I am on repeating on the Chinese. Don't sue me. Take the pills the doctor prescribed you. Okay. 520. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. So how do we not have this type of nightmare? What do we have? Is it because of samadhi? Is it because you're weak yin and yang? What else can I prevent?
My experience is not just yin and yang. Because they attack me too, believe it or not. But it's very rare. Ching, you know. Yes, Daniel.
If the ghosts are basically able to not have it, although they don't have any feet or anything like that, how can people perceive it as they having feet or like an old woman or someone that can walk?
They are the barrel shape. So maybe they have legs they use to walk. And then when you sit on you, they draw the legs inside the barrel. Would that work for you? So it's like retractable legs and arms. They're ghosts. What do I know? All I know is they sit on me and I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe. It's very scary. All they do is they frighten you, that's all. You think you're dying. Okay? And some people, they forget to breathe. That's a problem. They're so terrified, they don't breathe. But you breathe normally, they say, they get bored and they leave. That's all. Nothing to worry about. However, if you happen to have such experiences where you sleep in the middle of the night, and by the way, since I told you about this, you will experience it, by the way. They will come around to make sure that you know that it's for real, not just it's our Buddhist fibs, okay? We tell fibs. No. This is just true. Because it happened to me more than once, at least 5 times. 3 times as a monk. Oh yeah, they come and attack you regardless. Yeah. It doesn't matter who you are. If you have condition with them, they can come around and harass you. To scare you, that's all. Yes, anyone else? Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. So you talked about this condition. So what condition did I create to have this type of nightmare? Because when I was young, I didn't have that many nightmares, but lately, within a couple of years, I'm getting a lot of nightmares, which very frightened.
Yeah.
Like ghosts, and you name it, I've seen it in my dreams. So
yeah.
What condition did I create to
I have
more?
no clues. If I knew it, you know, it's would be so easy for you. I have no idea on what conditions. You ask the wrong questions. It's not what conditions, but what do you do? The question, what do I do when it happens to me? Was much more important. People in the world, they want to know why, but they don't want to know how to fix the problem. Especially when you talk to the Buddhists and the Taoists and those people, they say, oh, I know, in prior life you were a dragon, in prior life you were married, prior life you were a monk, prior life you were a king, and so forth. And I said, yeah, and then what? And then? What do I do about it now? How do I become a god? How do I go near my God and live with my God? And so forth. That's more important to me, yes? What do I care before I was a king or a queen consort or rich man or poor man? It's irrelevant. It's like seeing a movie. Anyone? You see a movie, and after you see a movie, what do? Forget about it. It's just entertainment. Okay? So it's not about why it happened. It's going to happen. Because what happens, we've been transmigrating lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, unless you go to the Pure Land. There's no more. Okay? That's the great advantage of going to the Pure Land, is that it's no more transmigration. You go there and you become a Buddha. That's it. No more. No more ghosts, no more nightmares. No, nothing. Absolutely not. Okay? So, since we're here, We have been revolving in this wheel here. We go, sometimes we are a human body, sometimes we are a ghost, sometimes we are a very lovable puppy. Okay, sometimes despicable cat, and so forth. Okay, sometimes you're a vampire, sometimes you're lichen. Lichen? How do you pronounce it? Lichen. So, clearly these kids, we are corrupting them. Vampire and lichens. You know that? Underworld. Stay after the ceremony, we turn on underworld for you. Anyway, so all these things happen because we transmigrating. We change bodies from lifetime to lifetime. Therefore, we have some interaction with these. We harassed them in the past. Now they're coming back to harass us. That's all, cause and effect. That's the main thing. So for us, we don't care about the why. Why is fine, okay? But the more importantly, you learn, you be taught, you train to do how to deal with it. Okay? So if you remember the Kumbanda ghost, by the way, you will experience it. You sleep at night, let me tell you kids. You sleep at night, and then you wake up all of a sudden in the middle of the night, and you can't move. Ever happened to you? Not yet? It will. Guaranteed. Last week, I don't remember what I taught them last week, but it's also a very important lesson. So, I swear to God. I mean, I take it back. I assure you that it happens to a lot of people where you sleeping and all in the middle, all of a sudden you wake up and you can't breathe, you can't move. That's called a Kumbanda ghost that sits on you and it scares you, and that's it. Don't be afraid. Remember to breathe. That's the main thing. It cannot kill you. Okay? It just scares you, that's all. If you remember, recite Wan Yin's name. Wan Yin, please help me. Pew! It goes right away. Okay? That's simple. Wan Yin, Medicine Master Buddha, those of you, don't call up God. They're not impressed by God, by the way. It ain't gonna work. And so forth. Just for your reference. Next time, hey man, you try calling God, and then you find out I told you so. It doesn't work. I tried. I call myself YongHua. I call God, nothing happened. I thought I'd give an advertisement to the children here. They should learn the right things. Just kidding. I kid a lot. Don't take me seriously. Okay. I think we come back to 521. We talk about Kumbanda ghosts. Okay. Those are nightmare ghosts, by the way. They sit on you. That's all. Okay. No harm. Okay. Typically, 1% die because you forgot to breathe. That's all. They're so scared. And they don't breathe. And they're stupid. You're supposed to breathe. What is the matter with you? Okay, folks, let's do the transference, reverse transference. Thank you.